and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 13th of June. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the key features to look out for. Please stay with me. I will then dive deep to give you in forensic detail each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces. Now this week begins with Mercury, the planet of talk and thought, returning to one of the two signs that it influences of Gemini. Now if this rings a celestial bell, it's because this happened last on the 30th of April. But due to the retrograde, it reversed into the sign of Taurus on the 23rd of May. Now, of course, that retrograde ended on the 3rd of June. It came out of shadow on the 4th, but this could help us to gain a little bit more clarity around some plans which may have seemed to have been somewhat bogged down. But I still feel that clarity is going to be at somewhat of a premium this week. Now, there is, of course, the strawberry full moon on Tuesday in the sign of Sagittarius, which is, if you like, the higher knowledge. The Sun is opposing the moon in Gemini, but actually forges a really constructive link with Saturn all through this week. So if we go through all the processes in a very thorough way, we can still inch forwards. It's just that Neptune, the planet of dreams, of spirituality, but which can be a swirling, misting influence which can distort, well, that's in a T-square with the full moon on Tuesday. So over the next couple of weeks, fact can be stranger than fiction. So we need to use Saturn's sobriety really to check things out, and also Mercury's precision, and also make sure we're keeping the lines of communication open as clearly as we possibly can. Now from Thursday through to Sunday, Venus in its home zone of Taurus is forging a quite beautiful sextile to Neptune. If you're lucky enough to be having a conversation where you can really feel that you're on the same wavelength as someone else, there could be some kind of spiritual connection, or someone could be very generous. It could be through a gift, or it may be a thoughtful note or text message, which can really lift our spirits. But please stay with me for each of those 12 zodiac signs. But if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand how serious astrology can impact on your personal situation, if you give me 3 pieces of birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you a roadmap that can guide you for the rest of your life, and also a 12-month forecast. If you get these two together with my special package, you can get 30% off. Please see the link beneath this video. And if you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be delighted if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. If you're someone who's already subscribed, thank you so much. So Aquarius, your week commencing the 13th of June forecast begins with a real bright event. Mercury, the planet which is exalted in your sign and governs the second decan, the second 10 degrees of the 30 that makes up the sign of Aquarius, well, that moves back on to your 5th house cusp, rejoining your sister air sign of Gemini. Now, Mercury moving recently through the sign of Taurus may have seen some sluggish communications around anything to do with property, working from home, interactions with the family. Perhaps your own emotional sort of mindset has been a bit more inward than usual. Of course, with Venus in this area as well, you continue to have a glorious opportunity to make a success of any decorative changes. But I think Mercury moving back into the 5th can revive that more outgoing, more exuberant, and also the sense of humour side of your nature. Now the Sun, of course, continues in House 5, Gemini, but that's linking with your traditional co-ruler of Saturn, which may now be in retrograde, but the link between the two of them means that if you're shaping something up which is to do with demonstrating your flair, your creativity, or your artistry, you can do so in a very solid way, and therefore something could be lasting. But of course, Tuesday sees a full moon. A full moon in House 11, the sign of Sagittarius. House 11 is very much in keeping with the sign of Aquarius. It's about friendship, interaction, networking, long-term planning. But it's opposed, of course, by the sun, and both are intersected by the swirling, misty influence that is Neptune. So when it comes to your social life, your romantic situation, the next couple of weeks ask you not to be too free and easy with your resources. Now, we all know that there is a lot of prices and cost edging up at the moment, so it may be that it's not an option for you. But if you do have free amounts of monies available to you, you're just being cautioned that with Neptune in the mix, there is a potential for you to be a bit too generous perhaps, or even be a bit misled. So if you're thinking about anything to do with chance or risk or speculation, I really would try to dampen that down. The great thing about Saturn's angle to the Sun is it will bring about the side of your nature that likes to be very thorough, and that can really be helpful. Ironically, Neptune forges a beautiful link with Venus. Venus in your 4th house, maybe there will be some good news that's set to come your way around the family. There could be some kind of communication, some kind of appreciation, or maybe you're going to be very generous to those who are less fortunate. You know, for example, making a donation to a homeless charity, because the 4th house of your chart is still very, very highly geared because of your modern ruler Uranus continuing its sometimes chaotic impact around where you live, how you live there, and with whom. But generally speaking, this is a week where you may have to also just think about time management a little bit. Everyone may want a piece of you, and with Mercury in that flirty Gemini again, it could be great to have lots of different invitations, but you may need to be a little bit selective. And with Neptune in the part of your scope to do with your core values, don't be tempted to go against something just because it feels quite tempting in the moment.